Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, we expanded the kitchen a little bit, and we built the cellar, which is great. And in slightly more concerning news, we have a surprise ambush over here. This is probably not the best time for this, because we do have some good things working out for us. We did get these new reinforced doors put in. The problem is, we also don't have any traps whatsoever to speak of for them to step on, and we also don't have these reinforced doors up, which I think I have a plan, but I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work out. We'll have to see. But first off, okay, that's actually huge. I thought we would need skill to build a reinforced door. We actually don't. So in that case, we'll build these right away. We will have Aldolf build one, Alada can build the other, and also, because they decide to attack us right during our chill hours, everyone just be set to work until further notice, and stick traps need 15. Okay, it looks like Adonia is going to be the only one that can build that. Why are you all the way out here, Adonia? That's really not good. I really hope you can make it back in time. And you two need to stop doing what you're doing. Get up on the walls immediately. Okay, I think she'll make it back in time just. I don't think she's gonna have time to build traps, though. Yeah, these guys must have planned this, because there is no reason why she was on the other side of the planet. Wait. Why would you stop? Who told you to stop? I didn't tell you to stop. Why would you stop? You need to run if you want to survive. Okay, you know what? Screw it. No traps. It's fine. You get up on the wall as well. Speaking of defenses, don't worry about actually building any of that. In fact, you can probably go ahead and draft up, and we're gonna put you right here for now. Okay, they're stopping just outside of range, so you guys actually get to the corner over here. Okay, we're gonna have to pick our targets very carefully here. I don't know where these guys are going. Yeah, you guys definitely focus fire this guy right away. Alright, good hit on the range. Aldolf, now is not the time to write your autobiography. We have slightly more pressing concerns. You are still getting up on the wall, that's fine. You'll probably draw up around here-ish. Alright. That guy's damaged, so focus fire the archer. And you guys hold your ground while you do so. Okay. And take a quick look around. Everything's still going okay. Oh, good kill. Oh no, the stick pile is forbidden. Not too worried about that right now. Let's see. Another archer over here. Yeah, aim for this guy next. And Adonia, you can get right to the edge over here so you can start playing for picks right on him. Toto, now is not the time to go out for a walk, buddy. We've got slightly more pressing concerns. And you two will take defensive positions here and here. You get right on the edge and start hitting that. You guys keep... Okay, Godsir ate a hit, but he's okay. You know what? I'm gonna work under the assumption he's gonna bleed out. You guys move a little bit further back. And hit this guy. Okay, you know what, Godsir? You actually finished that. I don't think bleeding out works as fast as I'm thinking it does. Actually keep running. I said keep running. Thank you. Alright, now you guys both focus fire that. Yeah, he's gonna take a while to get in range. Oh, I think we got a crit there. And Godsir eats another hit like an absolute champ. Looks like this guy with the javelins is gonna try and counterfire Adonia. You guys double team this guy real quick. There we go. And... okay, the security doors are really doing good work right now. Okay. Next, we want to focus fire one of the guys without a shield. Because that's just free damage. And hopefully, I don't think we're going to kill everyone. Hopefully we can just cause morale losses by killing them before they can do anything worth doing. Alright. And the polecats are going to feast well today. Alright. Next one. How many more range do they have? They've got the guy with javelins. Other than that, I think it's just clubs, maces, spears. Okay, I think our range guys have free shots now, so get right on top of them, because the closer you are, the more accurate you are. And you guys all go for the guy here. And the thing about blocking is, yes, you can block range stuff, but I believe once you block, you do have a window where you're vulnerable, because you can't just constantly block forever. Alright. Yeah, just keep targeting whoever's on the door. We'll just kill them with volume of fire. Sandy, now is not the time, buddy. Unless you're going to be a battle goat, now is not the time for you to head outside. I do appreciate that they're trying to do their hauling job, though, so that's nice. Okay, now this should be... Yeah, we just gotta lay into them now. And we're gonna get a bunch of marksmen out of this. Okay. And go for the Ruthless, because that guy's gonna be pretty heavy duty. And go back onto this one. Okay. Slight problem. Adonia doesn't have a weapon anymore, but that's okay, because I know we have some laying around here somewhere. Yeah, equip this short bow right away. Yeah, you guys keep going for that. Alright, go for the Ruthless here. Yeah, this guy's almost dead, so we'll finish that off, and then we'll go for the next one. Okay, they got through the first level of defenses. That is perfectly fine. Because now he's down. Yep, just go for Gregor next. And Adonia's still getting down. Yeah, the one disadvantage to this new defensive layout is it's going to take them a long time to get to us, but it also takes a long time for us to get to places we need to be in case of a rapid response. So, okay. Alright. I am super okay with how that went. You guys keep hitting him. You can still arm up. I'm going to want you to shoot some people if you have the opportunity. There we go. And you guys, this is why we have the hold ground stance. Maybe I should use it every once in a while. Oh no, Godser's weapon broke too. Alright, I guess you can go grab a sling. Yeah, you just keep hitting this Godwin, because he's a... Oh no, ours is Godser, not Godwin. You know what, you're still a fake Godwin. You just run out here and start shooting people if you can. And you two can get back to work. Okay, I'll be honest, I was expecting him to get through the doors a lot quicker than that. And you can undraft, you can undraft, and you can undraft. I'll take it. Could have been a lot worse. And before we forget, you're going to need range. It's a pretty significant chunk, but I still felt like, because they only had to get down to 20%, I felt like they were going to get through these a lot quicker. But yeah, what my final plan was going to be, assuming they could get through everything, is because we had a choke point right here, I was going to block these two up with melee guys, and just have our guys sit behind them and fire at anybody they could. So that was my long-term plan to whittle them down. It seems like we didn't need to do that, but that was the thing you saw. Like, she had to walk all the way around the wall to get to this one because we don't have this connected. Yeah, pros and cons there. Maybe we should try to have some more weapon stuff up in the warehouse as far as weapon racks go, so that we can kind of grab them a little bit easier. Other than that, I think that went about as well as it could have. So I will take it. First things first, though, we definitely need to repair some of the damages. And honestly, just because they hit us in weird hours, I'm going to have everyone run whatever they need to for probably today and tomorrow, because they hit us right during our leisure hours. And we'll reevaluate all the armor everyone's wearing and what we want to scavenge once we get everything inside. And we should have just a couple things we need to throw in the kitchen, and then we should be alright to rebuild it in its entirety. I'll be honest, I don't know what Adonia was doing on the other side of the map, but I'm glad you didn't die. Were you coming out here to grab... No, but these are forbidden, so you wouldn't have been out here for this. Why would you be out here? Because she didn't drop anything when I drafted her. That was weird. Although we do definitely want this dirt now that we see it. And what better way to rein in the first day of autumn than a successful siege? Autumn blustered in with crisp mornings and cooler days. It was the season to prepare for winter, tailor warm clothing, and stock up on food and supplies. Moderate temperatures, rain and fog are frequent, chance of thunderstorms and hail. I'll be honest, the thing that will probably get us in autumn more than anything is the hailstorm, mainly because we won't have the, a good thing to do is have a canopy set up over these so they don't get damaged. These are only temporary fields anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, but it is something that may happen. We'll just have to eat that loss if it does. Okay, so they're almost done with flowering. So I think we'll be able to do one flowering, and then I might do one set of ripe for cabbage, and then I think we'll be good after that. The beets are still growing. I think these will be able to go to seed once, and then we'll probably be done with beets for the year. Okay, and it looks like we actually have armor and helmets for everyone now, which is great. And same as my plan with the summer and winter clothing, I'm just going to have them on the basic helmet and armor templates until we get to the point where we can make the good quality stuff ourselves, and then I'll swap them over to the old template. Oh, and it looks like there's a warbow in here. Is that going to be better than the longbow? 3, 7, 9, 8, 18. Weirdly enough, I think the warbow is worse than the longbow. Yeah, I'm not seeing any advantage it has. I feel like that should be backwards, but what do I know? I'll be completely honest, I never actually had plans to reinforce the second level doors, but after that one, I think it's probably not a terrible idea. So I guess we'll just do that on both sides. And a merchant comes to town. Okay, lone traveler, so no one too sauced up, but it's better than nobody. And they're friendly from the Kingdom of York. Excellent. Ooh, and they brought a dog and a chicken. We should probably try and get this chicken. Oh, it's a male. Not as important, then. I was hoping it was going to be a hen. Would have been nice to get eggs very early on. And, okay, we're up to idle, so that means we're probably caught up on... We're definitely not caught up on work. You're supposed to haul, right? Yeah, there's plenty out here that needs to be hauled, dude. What are you talking about? But we'll give you work anyway. It's fine. Probably ought to get what harvesting in we can before winter hits. Alright, well, Aldulf, if you are bored, I think that means we can actually start doing our mining. Legit. And I think to start, we'll do a little bit over here behind the base to get some basic limestone underway. Because we're going to want some stone walls sooner or later. I don't know how full we're going to be able to get into that since we're on a forest map, but we'll definitely want at least one layer. We might have to do kind of like a mixed wall where the inner layer is wood, the outer layer is stone. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. This is kind of interesting. Fletching 2. We can get those longbows, which is fantastic. We could also get the new staff sling, so... yeah, this thing's actually pretty decent, because you can fight with it like a staff, but it's also a sling. That could be fun. That being said, there's probably something more important we need right away. Could try and get gates right away. Oh, you know what? Cooking. Yeah, we gotta go for that. And we do have the iron for it, so we'll go for that. Okay, and that's just basic limestone, so we don't even need to carve that into bricks. That's great. There we go. One stove, please. And let's urgent haul the rest of the equipment inside. And then we'll sell, because I'm probably going to try and use some of this as... oh, our warfare stockpile is probably full. That explains that. Now let's try and get all of this inside, please. And these guys just dropped off equipment, and they're going back to hauling immediately. So now they're starting to act like I remember them acting. So I'm just going to assume that killing that one goat put the fear into the other ones that they need to do their jobs. So, lesson learned, you gotta be a tyrant when you're dealing with goats. Penny? What did I just say? And it looks like we got most of the stuff inside, so I'm gonna go ahead and send somebody to go talk with the merchant. All right, what do you got for me, buddy? Oh, he actually has gold. And some beet seeds, some barley, that chicken. A little bit of cider would be nice. Could try and get that dog as well. Got some wooden traps that are already built is kind of interesting, possibly. And I could downcraft it. I think I'm actually gonna try and flog some of my lower quality weapons and the like if they're lightweight. We don't want to give them the clothes because those are extremely heavy for their cost. And it looks like our cabbage and our flax seed stockpiles are going to be a-okay. Definitely don't need the flax. I might end up grabbing the cabbage anyway, but this is one of the other things that's I honestly feel like should be nerfed a little bit, is that herbs are extremely cost effective. They are so easy to get, and they are worth a lot of money. So as long as you're keeping an eye for them naturally, you can almost always just pick them, and they're basically worth their weight in gold. Okay, I think we've got a decent deal here. So in exchange for a bunch of hoods, some low quality weapons, and some really crappy armor, a bunch of herbs I can pick naturally, and a little bit of extra cloth I had laying around. We're gonna get a dog, we're gonna get some barley, we're gonna get some beet seeds, a little bit of gold, a couple red currant pies, and a little bit of cider. And I think I'm pretty content with that deal. And a lot of levels up for speechcraft because of that. Excellent. Yeah, I think the thing about herbs, and possibly why it's so expensive, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, is, yeah, to actually make them yourself, one, they take forever to grow, and two, it's a high skill gap, but once you can do that, it's literally, you're just growing gold at that point. And as long as you're keeping an eye on the field, you should be able to collect quite a bit of it naturally, because the thing you use them for primarily is for medicine, and you're not going to be making your own medicine for a while anyway. And you can also use them for lavish meals, but I'm not that worried about that in the early game. That's something I kind of do once I know I have the stockpile. It's not something I try to beeline. So yeah, herbs I feel like could also use a little bit of a balancing pass, but I'm absolutely going to go ahead and grab all the ones I see on the field now to make sure we have some in reserve. And Alada turns 39 and picks up Benevolent. What is... oh. Yeah, sometimes you gotta give it an hour, I think, for the perk to actually show up on the list. There we go, it took a couple hours. Oh, that's huge. Alada is a ray of hope in an otherwise bleak existence. She makes everyone feel better. 5 speechcraft, 5 art, positive social interactions. That is great. Yeah, Alada is quickly becoming one of my favorites. No doubt. Although I'm not sure if that speechcraft is actually going to get applied. That might be something that's on character creation, because she's still at 11 speechcraft, unless it takes a while for that to take up as well. If it doesn't get applied, it's honestly fine just for that positive social interaction, because that means everyone around the base is going to be happier, which means they're more productive. And with those seeds, we did manage to fill out the field. We'll probably have to get the second batch that I got planted. We'll have to probably pull those out of the ground a little bit earlier, but honestly, it's still worth it just to get some extra food in before the end of the year. And here is the nice new stove. And since we have this, we can go ahead and start moving all of this inside. And here's the lavish meals I was talking about. So it's the same cooking material, and you just add 1 herb to it, and it requires 15. Definitely worth doing, but again, I prefer to hold on to my herbs for a little bit to make sure I can make medicine. So we'll hold off on that for now. But more importantly, now we can actually start making use of those eels and the salt we have laying around. And we can also start pickling vegetables, which we should probably have some of that set up in the back. And once this finishes cooking up, we'll go ahead and destroy the campfire so that all the cooking gets done in the kitchen. And I'm actually going to go ahead and mark some of those eels immediately to see how good they are. So I assume that's going to be considered a delicacy, so hopefully it makes people happy. And Adonia hits level 20 intellectual, that's great. I think I'm actually going to go for the decorative structures next, because we can do a couple things with that. One, we can get some wall pottery in the kitchen. That will also give us the tool shelves, which we don't need yet, but I believe that's what you need for the workshop. Yeah, there we go. And with those pottery shelves, this should actually turn into a legitimate kitchen, which will be huge for us. Also, I didn't think about this, but I should probably go ahead and give Margeria a clay brazier for her room, especially with winter rolling through. And there we have it, our kitchen is officially up and running. Yeah, I just boost the production speed of the stove and the butchering table, which is amazing. And okay, you're done now, so we can go ahead and deconstruct that. Go ahead and turn that off so nobody accidentally throws stuff in there. And how are we doing on barley? Not great, so we'll go ahead and turn it off in here, as well as the animal feed. And you can also apparently pickle barley. Also, I didn't know this for the pickling. Apparently you can also use salt for that. I thought you could only use vinegar. So, good news, we're all learning new stuff today. Or at least I am. Actually, with that in mind, we can probably go ahead and grab another couple deposits out here to have some in reserve. Also, how have we not built this? Is it because the butcher table's in the way? This beam has been sitting here since we built the kitchen, or expanded it. I don't know why they're refusing to build it. Okay, I think it was exactly that. Okay, yeah, for whatever reason, I guess the butcher table was preventing the beam from being built, even though I'm pretty sure it's fine to sit under it, but this game's weird sometimes. What can you do? And there goes the merchant. Thanks for visiting. We're gonna need to figure out when we want to stop sowing stuff soon. The barley, how long does that take? 7 days, right? Yeah, the barley, I'm not sure if I want to try and squeeze one more harvest out of them or not. I have a feeling we'll need to not sow that one afterwards. The flax, I'm pretty okay if we leave some extras in the ground. Same with red currant, because those are pretty abundant naturally. Okay, I'll be honest, I was gonna make a joke about since this dog's from York, I'm gonna name it Worcestershire, and I definitely didn't need to look up the spelling on it. Unfortunately, there's a character limitation, so now I'm sad. There we go, the dog is now sad. You know what, you can be Sadie. Or Sadie, as I might pronounce it from now on. And even though the pup is domesticated, it still needs to be trained, so we've got her set up for that. And since we were talking about getting weapon racks and the like set up all around base with the new decorative racks, we can also put shield racks around the base. So I'm going to set a couple of those up. And I think we have enough clothes. This might be a little bit risky. I'm going to bump the production of winter clothes to 6. I'm going to start dismantling for cloth. Only flimsy gear. And I think we're fine to do that for the armor as well. Yeah, so now, after we have the minimum thresholds on everything, we will have hopefully only sturdy and above. I'll actually set those both to having 5 of each for now. So with that, 1, we'll be able to hopefully manage some of this monstrosity that we have, and 2, we can start grinding out our tailoring so we can have high quality gear. And if nothing else, it'll also give us hopefully an excess of cloth that we can sell in a pinch if we need to. And we're probably good to set up a legitimate schedule again. And I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna go 2 hours of anything, only 5 hours into leisure, and then 6, and I'm gonna leave 3 anythings on the end. As long as they're satisfied, they'll generally keep working anyway, so hopefully this will keep everyone generally more happy overall. We'll see how it goes though. I might tweak that as we go. And there was a comment last season that was talking about when we do the temple and chapel thing, that it might be worth offsetting different leisure hours so that everybody can come in and do their, everyone can get their bonus at different times. We're not going to worry about that right away, but it is something I will try out once we get to that point, if I remember. And we can probably shrink this zone a little bit more. So yeah, now Godseer is just taking all the flimsy gear and decrafting it. And we had a few sturdies in there, so we should still be fine. Okay, and this is what happened last time. I guess the throwing weapons, they seem to be extremely undurable. Weak is probably the word most people would use. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just kind of a thing we're gonna have to deal with if we want to try and use those new throwing weapons and the like. What do we actually want you using? Yeah, you're the one I actually want using the throwing stuff. Unfortunately, I think that was the only one. You can swap over to... Yeah, we'll definitely want you to get that eventually. So you can actually swap over to a short bow for now. That's fine. Settler idle. Marcheria. See, hunting. You are a backup on fishing. animal husbandry. If that's the case. You know what? If you're a cook, I'm actually going to have you prioritize fishing as well. And I'll knock Alada down to a backup on fishing, even though she has a star in it. And we'll also want you... Yeah, you're already prioritizing hunting. Okay, looks like we need more eels, so we can actually go ahead and start grabbing some of that. And more research is available, but we're not really worried about either of these yet, so we'll build up a little bit more. Yeah, we are running through... writing these books. It's pretty great. We still have a bit of room for books on the shelves as well. And I do think that another thing I'm going to do is I am going to have some legitimate weapon. Alright, well, get ready for the next siege. Running from river bandits. Appearing deranged at first, Marcus was simply overcome with terror, a pitiful, stumbling corpse with wheals from binding and harsh beatings by a cruel master. Marcus begged, "Hide me. I will die if I am caught." Oh, this guy's a straight-up bard, apparently. Interesting. I haven't seen that as a job preference before. Well, you're definitely welcome. That being said, how messed up are you? Bruised chest. Okay, that's not too bad. And you are a gobbler, so you like to eat quickly. Moribund. Often has an unwholesome smell emanating from fetid bandages. He is slow to heal when injured. Yikes. A cunning burner and the minstrel of Pen... Oh, I'm not good with... I assume that's an Irish pronunciation? Pen I Kai Mar. Voice of the angel and the memory of a druid. Ooh. Other than that, your skills are all standard. Nothing bad yet, but nothing good. That is interesting. I guess what we can have you do, we'll actually have you grab a sling, and then we'll have you grab a shield as well. And then you're probably going to need to convalesce for a little bit. Fortunately, we already have the spare bed ready for you. You can go ahead and grab a decent shield to protect against range attacks. And what kind of armor we got laying around? Alright, go ahead, grab something to eat, and then we'll get you into the work rotation. Fantastic. And looks like we have a day and some change to prepare for the attack, so that's good. Oh, he's actually a little bit of a natural botanist. Okay. And a decent... Oh, okay. So he's actually a really solid backup for a lot of things. Alright, I see you, buddy. Yeah, we can actually take a lot off cooking, because you will also be a good chef. You're actually just behind Marcheria, and you can actually probably go off of that now. You can probably modify those a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of shifting around, but I think he's going to work into the rotation just fine. And he's actually straight to work. Excellent. What does your issue actually do? Okay, so he's just going to be a lot slower and less good at evasion for a little while. Fortunately, we actually gave him a pretty solid shield, and there was some good armor laying around, so I think we'll be alright. Oh, and interesting, the weapon rack can also hold shields. That is good to know. Oh, and there's a weird blockage here where they have to actually walk all the way around this. I'm actually going to have a little bit of a mining job over here just to cut down on that excessive travel time. And I think with an attack imminent, I know what I want our next research to be, and fortunately we're just about on it. We just need to get up to 30. Settlers suffering from cold. It is starting to get a little bit cold out, isn't it? We can probably start transitioning over to winter gear. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for fletching too, so we can get the stave slings potentially. I don't think we need to make longbows yet. This new thing could be pretty fun, so we might as well try it out. And we will definitely add a longbow to the production line to make sure we have one in reserve. There we go. Now we can actually get by here with no issues. Settler idle. How are you idle already, dude? We have you on a bunch of things. Oh, unless we actually did all that harvesting finally. Let's add a couple little things. Don't set stuff too far from base right now. And you already have your winter clothes on, right? Yeah, you start with some. Excellent. Alright, and I think Godser just made the first staff sling. See how good it is. So let's see. 93 precision, 15 range, 20 melee, 2.47 DPS and melee. Not too shabby. I think to try it out, because a lot is kind of set up for both, I'm gonna actually give her that. And try it out, see if we like it. Because, I mean, she can kind of pull dual duties on melee with Aldolf if we need to hold the choke point. I also went ahead and added a little bit of extra fencing here so that we have a nice little choke point to work with, so that should be fun. Okay, and I think that is everybody on winter gear. Fantastic. It's not all the best quality, but hey, you actually have some fine. Unfortunately, it's about to break, but we're prioritizing building winter clothes, so we should be okay there. And then we'll start decrafting all the flimsy summer gear so that hopefully we'll be able to have some decent stuff on standby by the time spring rolls around. Settler idle again. Marsh area this time. Yeah, I'm kind of holding back on the labor right now because if it's bandits, sometimes they immediately attack. I don't know if they're even going to send a negotiator, so I don't want to be sending people out too far and lose track of them, like we did with a lot of when she was over here when they attacked. Oh, I say that. Look at all these. Oh, and barley. No, don't get greedy. It's fine. It might be there or it might not be afterwards. Okay, so it looks like all we have left in the warehouse is a little bit of armor and clothing. And I'm actually going to do a quick little check on our armor pieces to see if there's anyone we need to swap over for better, because yeah, like 1.5 isn't great. 1.4. Oh yeah, there's actually some decent quality stuff on here, and it looks like from when I'm just doing the dropping, it looks like they do prioritize the better quality stuff. Not always the highest one, but they definitely go for whatever's better. But you are probably better off force equipping just to be safe. Okay. We are as armored up as we can be, so hopefully it'll be good enough. Search party will be here any minute. Make sure no one's too far away from base. You're over here, that's fine. Okay. So if they do attack, we can get inside immediately. That's a-okay. We should have... Hold on, make sure we have some on the stockpile. Okay, we do have sticks. I am going to try and get some stick traps going as well before they get in here. Also, follow-up. Are the animals smart enough to stand around stick traps, or are they all going to set those off? Because they're trained. I don't know if they're that well trained. Okay, it is a negotiator. That's fine. In which case, we'll probably talk to him in the morning. Actually, just cancel the stick traps for now just to be safe. I don't want to kill our animals for no particularly good reason. In which case, we do have a little bit of time to shore up if we want to do that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do... I'm going to set up our first actual defenses as far as the walls go. Just go for a basic Merlin line at the front on double thick walls. Yeah, this is also something I noticed is kind of a bug. It looks like on the bow table, sometimes they aren't doing the animation, but they are working on it. So, if you see that and he's just standing here, he is doing his job. It just doesn't look like it. Okay, it looks like they're going to start power building soon. Excellent. And I just set up a bunch of chopping just in case. Oh, hey, and our new guy turned 33 today. Well, happy birthday. We're gonna probably kill the people that are trying to kill you. You could ask for a better gift. Also, follow up. Where is the actual extortionist? Okay, over here on this side. No problem. Okay, start a new day. We're gonna let them get as much of the construction done as we can before we send someone over. And we might even get lucky and they decide it's not worth the trouble. I sincerely doubt that's gonna happen, but it is a possibility. Okay, I'll probably have someone go talk to him when we hit the 6-hour mark, because it'll take a couple hours to get over there. All right, Marjorie's getting her basics of construction down. Good job. Okay, yeah, we can probably send the negotiator now. And that's a Lotta, right? Yes. Yeah, and unfortunately she didn't get that 5 bump in speechcraft, even though that's part of her trait, but at least she makes everyone around her a little bit happier. Yeah, we'll send you to negotiate. And then if we have time before the assault, we'll probably go ahead and set up a bunch of stick traps inside the base. Okay, so I think it took her about 2 hours to get over here, so that's not too bad. The brute spoke, soft but menacing. Marcus belongs to me. Hand over my slave, or you all will suffer. They were deadly serious. What are you gonna come at us with? A bunch of marauders and 4 archers. I'm pretty okay with that. Alright, let's see how it goes. And they'll be here in 3 hours, no problem. And let these guys finish this up if we can. Yeah, just to be safe, let's try and set up some stick traps too. Might be trying to do too much at once, but I gotta at least try. Yeah, we had too many things going on at once, it's fine. Alright, here we go. We got 14 over on this flank. That is this side of the base. And how about we open with yet another siege next time, ladies and gentlemen. The siege at the beginning of this part went pretty well, and these guys have slightly better numbers. We do have an extra body on our side this time. This guy's giant, though, and he has a tower shield. That's mildly concerning. They got some throwing axes. Alright, these guys are starting to, except for this guy who decided to come nude, what a mad lad. They're starting to come at us with some better stuff, and there's our first set of plate mail. And fortunately, this time we're at least ready for them, so chances are that means it's going to go infinitely worse, but we'll have to see at the beginning of next time how well we do in this siege. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.